Could we be heading towards a multi-man SummerSlam main event? Why? Oh why is this starting again now? Could Hikuleo take out Jacob Fatu next week? Hello wrestling fans, I'm Ben Allison, an autistic wrestling fan who quite frankly doesn't shut the hell up about wrestling and just loves to analyze it. And I have analyzed last night's episode of Friday Night SmackDown and two of my 5 key findings. In at number 5, could Hikuleo take out Jacob Fatu next week? Solo Sikoa is going to be giving Jacob Fatu one last chance to say I love you, Solo, but it's obvious he is instead going to say once again, I hate you, Solo. The crowd's going to say it along with him as well. But surely Solo Sikoa can't get fooled twice. I mean, I think the saying is, fool me once, joke's on you, fool me twice, joke's on me. And surely Solo Sikoa can't fall for this again. He must have a plan up his sleeve, up his jacket sleeve, and I reckon he does in the shape of Hikuleo. Of course, Hikuleo debuted last night before SmackDown in a dark match. Not exactly sure why that happened, and it was Hikuleo's first match in over a year too, so I presume there must be something we don't know, whether it's an injury or something else. I'm not going to speculate on it, but there must be some reason. Surely they haven't just waited a year to bring him in. And him joining Solo Sikoa, joining the new bloodline, would make a lot of sense, because unlike Jeff Cobb, he actually is in the bloodline, so it would be a fit which would be logical. I mean, him and Jeff Cobb actually do have a little bit of history over in New Japan Pro Wrestling. I don't think they ever faced each other, but they did face off in a few tag team matches, and of course they toured together, so they'll know each other fairly well at least. I suppose there is a world where perhaps Hikuleo could help Jacob Fatu, but to me that would make no sense, because at that point, I mean, Jacob Fatu and Hikuleo were just crushing kayfabe, Solo Sikoa and JC Mateo, wouldn't they? In at number 4, I'm really fascinated by where this Ron Killing storyline is going. Very, very rarely in professional wrestling do I have no clue what direction a storyline is heading in and what the long-term plan is. But that is the case for this Ron Killing's R-Truth story. I'm more clueless than Scott Steiner in a maths class. And honestly, that's why I love this. I don't know what's going to happen. This clearly was not the plan. Fans changed the plan. They brought back R-Truth because of the fan reaction, and because of that, WWE have had to make new plans, make new storylines, and it's unpredictable, it's exciting, and it is a perfect example of why I love professional wrestling. So I'm locked in, I'm sat down, and I'm ready to see where this is going to go. And of course, next week, R-Truth, John Cena, they're running it back once again, and I'm excited for that too. In at number 3, I thought the Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton feud was over. I love Tiffy, I love Nia, and I love their work together. And after Elimination Chamber, I said I still thought there was some unfinished business. But then they did finish it. Last month on SmackDown, it was finito, it was over, it was past its expiry date, it was dead, it was Tony Stark in Endgame. So why is this starting again now? From the Zelina Chelsea stuff to this, the booking on the SmackDown Women's Division right now is just really, really lazy. And I think it's because they're basically just waiting to be able to do the Naomi, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill storyline heading into SummerSlam and over the summer months, which I understand, and I'm sure that is going to be absolutely a phenomenal story. But you still have to do some compelling filler storylines along the way, and right now, well, they're just not doing that. It is so repetitive. But as always, before we go any further, could you guys do me a huge solid and hit like and subscribe and press that notification bell? I do Allison Analysis twice a week for Raw and for SmackDown, and you guys subscribing really does help us out here at Wrestling Republic. Plus, leave a comment down below about your thoughts on last night's SmackDown. I really do appreciate you guys. In at number 2, could we be heading towards a multi-man SummerSlam main event? Obviously, the most likely situation is that Cody Rhodes wins King of the Ring and goes on to face John Cena in the main event. But I am convinced that Jade Cargill is going to win the Queen of the Ring tournament. And will they really have both winners for the King and Queen of the Ring tournaments from SmackDown? And also, that opening segment last night on SmackDown, that was a little bit bizarre to me as well, with Randy Orton, who we know actually can't challenge John Cena one-on-one again, so if he wins King of the Ring, I mean, that's an entirely different headache, but I'm beginning to think maybe they're going to do some type of multi-man match here. I do think there's a world where Sami Zayn wins King of the Ring, and then on SmackDown they do John Cena versus Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton in a triple threat main event on night 2 of SummerSlam, or even a 4-way with CM Punk or LA Knight, or maybe, dare I say, even a 5-way. They have actually done both 4 and 5-way WWE Championship matches at SummerSlam before, and of course this is the biggest SummerSlam ever, a 2-night extravaganza, so potentially that could happen. Although at the same time putting all the big stars in one match, that is a little bit risky, but their roster is so stacked that perhaps they could do it. You could maybe even add Ron Killings in there somewhere, I don't know, but this is one to keep an eye on, because as of right now, I do think it's at the very least going to be a triple threat. And in at number 1, I am more certain by the week that the main event of WrestleMania 42 is going to be Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk. And they teased it again last night, didn't they? Cody said to Punk, we can't keep avoiding each other, and soon enough they are going to come face to face. They had a face-to-face on the build-up to WrestleMania 40, then another face-to-face on the build-up to WrestleMania 41, and this year my prediction has been for months that WrestleMania 42, they will be face-to-face in the middle of the ring. Now the real question is who is going to turn heel? Now some fans are saying, oh, we don't need to have a heel. And listen, I understand that argument, but my perspective is for the main event of WrestleMania, the biggest match of the year in the wrestling industry, there needs to be a face and there needs to be a heel. This match is actually very much for a lot of casuals too, right? They need to be able to pick this match up and understand it. And if they're both baby faces, it's difficult to make that work. And a lot of fans want this Cody Rhodes double turn when he does face John Cena, and honestly, I would love that myself. But Cody is such a pure babyface. He's earning them so much money that I still don't think I can see that happening for the time being. Now, I do think WWE are going to be keeping their ear to the ground just in case fans maybe do start to turn, but I do think Punk turning heel is the much more likely option here. But I'm excited for this. But before we end things, let's check out the comments that you guys have sent in to us about last night's Friday Night SmackDown from the Wrestling Republic broadcast channel. Up first, we got one from Jose99, who says the highs with John Cena's promo, that was fantastic. The King of the Ring qualifying matches, and then the first Queen of the Ring qualifying matches. Seemingly not the second one, and I do actually agree with you, to be honest, on that one. But the lows were Nia and Tiffy again. Honestly, they just run it back again, and they're adding no new substance to it. It's just repetitive. Sean Talk Scrap says Cena and Punk bringing that feel back with their rivalry. Punk showed out on the mic last night. It was a fantastic segment. Honestly, everything Cena did last night, those 2 segments, in fact I guess 3 segments, were the best parts of the show by absolute miles for me. Green Alien BMG, that's a hell of a username, says the highs were Ron Killings, LA Knight dissing, and the lows were Cody winning overnight and Nia Jax in the same feud she's been in since her title loss. Again, and we're seeing a common theme here in Allison Analysis, a lot of fans aren't happy that LA Knight keeps losing. Now, in this circumstance, obviously they're building that Seth Rollins and LA Knight match, I'm guessing for King of the Ring. Joey Zumaya is saying the highs with a cinema segment between Cena, Rhodes, LA Knight, and CM Punk. That was a great opening segment and a great segment later on between the two. But the Wyatt Six should be tag team champions. Now, I haven't actually spoken about that match, but the Wyatt Six versus Motor City Machine Guns last night was actually my personal low point of the match. I'm a massive fan of both teams. Something didn't click. It was really, really sloppy. I'm not sure if somebody was hurt. I don't know, right? But it just did not work. I don't know if it was a lot of ring rust or something like that, but it was just so off. And that finish, it was brutal. Sabin was just laying there. It was bizarre. And last but certainly not least, we got one from the Real Zom 2 who says Alexa Bliss's win was shocking considering the fact that they've been teasing a match between Charlotte and Jade since she came to WWE. That, I reckon, and I predicted it a while back, but I'll say it again. WrestleMania 42, Jade, Charlotte, Women's Championship. And I think when you've been teasing it for so long, just to give it away in a Queen of the Ring qualifying match, I wouldn't really be a huge fan of that. But overall, last night's SmackDown was one where there was quite a few really good in-ring matches. There was a couple of sloppy ones too, but all the WWE Championship storytelling and the stories around that were really, really strong. So overall, I'll say it'll get a thumbs up from me. Did drag at points, there were a few sloppy points, but for the most part, it was enjoyable. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I appreciate it. And let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll be replying to them as always. Have a fantastic Saturday evening. Peace.